Syria is on fire again. A new burst of violence is tearing the country apart.
High casualties are reported in Syria, with at least 1,000 civilians killed by militant Islamists in the country's west in Latakia, Hama, and Homs. The murdered are religious minorities, including women and children.
Christians are being hunted down and killed. Since the start of the civil war, the Christian population in Syria has been shrinking from 12% to 2%. Hundreds of thousands of people are displaced by the Islamic jihadists who are waging the war to secure political control.
A genocide taking place as we speak in the last 48 hours. It's been horrific atrocity to see this militant radical group going in. They're going into areas where Alawite and Christian villages are located, and they're forcing them to evacuate and to leave. As they forced them to evacuate and leave, they shot with cold blood, shot and killed many of them. And some of them were Christian, as a firm report coming from the field, from the Orthodox Church as well. The Christian been hearing that one message, and not one city, everywhere across the country. Wait until we get a good grips on the land, and we're gonna over your neck. Your turn is coming next. That message across the country coming from, and people with HTS. And so it's a big concern for the Christians. So
this is a tragic situation out there. The mainstream media is playing it down. The same media that has screamed all eyes on Rafah to save the Palestinian lives doesn't seem to care about the Christian lives in Syria. There is no outrage on the streets of the major cities in the world to protect the Christians from the Islamic violence. How many UN resolutions against the killing of Christians in Syria and other places? Zero. Christians lived in Syria since the 1st century. The engulfing violence is threatening to destroy the Christian heritage and plunge the entire region into Islamic chaos and darkness. It's time for all Christians all over the world to pray to our Lord to protect our brothers and sisters in Syria in this critical hour. We must also create awareness and demand our leaders to raise their voices in solidarity with the Christians and persecuted minorities in Syria.